Today we're going to learn how to fletch Mylar vanes. Mylar vanes are a great option for both recurve and compound shooters, and they work well for indoor and outdoor applications. Very versatile vane, easy to fletch, great for, especially really good for outdoor shooting. They got a low profile so they won't drift a lot in the wind, and you'll cover well out of the bow. The vanes we're using today are spider vanes. I recommend that you try out a bunch of different vanes and see what shoots best out of your bow. Inside the package of your Mylar vanes, you'll of course have your vanes, but you'll also find some double-sided sticky tape and this striping tape. The double-sided tape is what we're going to use to stick the vane onto the shaft, and then this striping tape is going to go on the rear and the front of that vane just for a little added security. To get started, we need our arrow shaft. On that arrow shaft there might be some oil and dirt, things like that, that might prevent that double-sided tape from adhering well to the shaft. To prevent that happening, we're just going to quickly clean the shaft with a little bit of rubbing alcohol on a paper towel. We're just going to clean that shaft very quickly, just like that. The next step is to draw lines onto the shaft. With Mylar vanes, we actually don't use a fletching jig to put the fletching onto the shaft, but what we do need is we need those even lines to act as a guide. Now you can use a fletching jig with a straight clamp set with a little bit of offset on it to get your lines. There's also products on the market that are specifically designed to draw lines on the shaft. An example would be the Biter Triliner. To actually draw the lines, we're going to use a metallic Sharpie. You can also use a paint pen or even a regular pencil will work well. To get started, we're going to put that straight clamp right up against that arrow shaft. We have our metallic Sharpie, and we're just going to make a line using the clamp as your guide, straight down the arrow shaft, just like that. And then once we've drawn one, we're just going to rotate the fletching jig just like that, and do it 3 more times. We're ready to start fletching. We need our double-sided tape, and we have our vanes, and basically all we're going to do is we're going to peel off this double-sided tape, just like that. And we have our shaft here with the lines, and if you're a right-handed archer, the tape is going to go onto the right side of that line. And once we have the tape on the shaft, we're just going to pull off that other side there. Line up the edge of your vane with the line that we drew on the shaft and stick the vane right on top of that double-sided tape that we put down. Once you have your vane in place, apply even pressure over it just to make sure it adheres well to that double-sided tape, and then move on to the next one. The final step is for added insurance. We're going to take that gold striping tape that came in the package, we're going to put it on the front of the shaft and on the rear. It's super simple. Just put it on there, spin the shaft around, get it pretty tight, and break off the excess. You have an arrow fletched with Mylar vanes. With a little practice, you can do this right at the range in no time at all.